We can't hear Ed.
How about now?
Can hear me.
Is that better? Can you hear me now? Hello, hello.
Okay, all is good
Nice.
now. There you go. Yep, there's Ned.
Hello, everyone. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the
Nice,
confirmation.
nice.
Thank you for being here.
Hey, Watch Plot. Good to see you. Long time no see.
How how
I'm just
is
scrolling through the chat list, like, ooh, that name, that name. Ooh, I haven't seen that name for a while. Ooh, that name too.
nice? Yeah, I recognize a few of
Romeo.
them from our terrarium streams. It's been a while. Good to see everyone again.
Here at Compatible Volumes. I am not booming.
Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us for the birthday stream. 10 years before the words. I can't believe it. We have a celebratory. I wasn't able to get such a cool party hat like Coffee has. But I do have a Wigno companion with me, the Wigno pet. Just like the birthday pet. The birthday Wigno we have as a pet, but it's the OG Wigno. Oh,
Nice.
welcome, Not So Binary Art. Happy to have you.
And I love the name, by the way.
Yeah. So we have some fun stuff here to celebrate our birthdays. We are joined by the birthday Wigno.
I even went out last night and I made sure to get a little like birthday donut
Birthday.
sprinkles.
Oh God, I need a birthday. I'm gonna have a birthday candy. I love Skittles, so I'm gonna have some Skittles later on as a treat. They're asking for more information about your hat.
So my hat is it's supposedly Happy New Year. I'm trying to find my camera, but it flashes lights and it's kind of wiggly.
The 10 is perfect too, because it fits in almost like with our event title, the Happy 10 Years.
Yep. A little bit of glue, a little bit of scissors.
Awesome. I wish I could have gotten a frosting hat like the Wigno has.
Hmm, that would have been cute.
Yeah.
I do not have a frosting hat, but now I want to make one. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. So, thinking about just going over a little bit about the event, I'm sure everyone's been fighting the 10-year week now. We have some
Yep.
fun rewards with it this time around. So, we have the plushie and the pet both. So, just like this wig nose sitting on my shoulder, you can get your own 10-year wig nose to sit on your shoulder. Something to point out is it's a legacy monster. So, this is the first time we've ever done this, but it's a monster that's never coming back. It's something that we wanted special just for this occasion. Kind of if you were here for the 10 years, you got to fight the Wigno, you got to master the Wigno. You can time warp the Wigno if you want to get it to come back. So I would
Yeah.
suggest doing that.
There will be a wig now living in my queue and time warped as well. Yep.
Yeah. So time warp are potions. You can buy them in Luciola Forest and Alex's Market, actually, and they will freeze a monster in time for however long you buy the potion for. So that's a way to save monsters for eternity. So
To check on my monsters and see what I've saved.
yeah,
They may have escaped.
yeah. But one of the more fun Wignos to make as well with sparklers and confetti everywhere. It was a lot of fun.
I love the mustache.
The
The
confetti
little like
mustache.
confetti paper mustache. That
Yeah,
is the cutest thing about the wig now.
yeah. I like the different sized eyes. It was something we were pushing for to have the different eyes be different sizes. Going over the quest guide, do you have any questions on the quests? Dust Warriors in chat. Um, Pretty straightforward. We have the quest chain, which is just defeat birthday Wignos or 10-year Wignos. The second part of that quest chain will get you a writer's treat. So those are used in the writer's store in Mama Tree for extra rewards. And then just birthday rewards all over the place. A note that there are two co-op quests. So if you didn't
Mm.
find those in the normal birthday quest market, those are in the co-op quest market. And another note here, just to reiterate, all of these rewards are legacy rewards as well. So just like this specific Wigno won't be coming back, the other rewards won't be coming back, with the exception of the reaction. So we changed the wording a little bit on the reaction, so it wasn't happy birthday, it's happy anniversary. That way it could be used for book anniversaries as well, all kind of different anniversaries.
I mean, for the words anniversary, like how many years you've been with for the words?
Yeah. Oh, Lady Rowan, that's a good point. You do have to go pick up the next question, but we can fine tune that after this live stream, so it gives you the next part automatically. That's something we'll do. Discord is very hyped about the plushie quests. Yes, plushie quests are repeatable, Dust Warriors, so you can get as many plushies as you want. You can repeat either the part 3 of 3 and just fight Wignos on your own, or you can fight co-op Wignos and get both the plushie and the cake as well.
Join me in the co-op.
We have a very active co-op Dust Warrior here, as we shall soon see.
Oh my gosh. You started with co-op in February and I'm like, main quest? What's main quest?
Yeah. We do have a growing selection of Dust Warriors that are just exclusively co-op at this point. Like, so we're gonna
Hmm.
have to come up with a way to have them advance into the main quest as well.
Eh, I mean, words are words. You gotta get your words.
Yeah.
Oh,
So those are the
I need main quest sometimes.
quests for the events. We have here some honorable mentions. So we thought it'd be fun. 10-year anniversary. As we mentioned in the news post, we have a bunch of giveaways going on right now. We'll go over those and how to participate and when the winners will be announced. But in addition to those, we have some honorable mentions, just fun things that we've pulled out um, that the community members have done over the years. There's no real logic or order behind them, just little stats that we thought would be fun. So we have here most quests, most projects, most goals, and most files. Feel free to drop any guesses in the chat of what you think these numbers will be. For all of these honorable mentions, by the way, we're going to be giving you 10 crystals, so those will be added directly to your accounts if you are one of the ones that wins.
I'm curious about the files and projects because I know mine is very, very high.
Yeah.
Uh,
As I was looking through these, I was pretty surprised for some of these as well. There are my brother is a hoarder, so I have experience with hoarders. So I feel like we have some digital hoarders as well here.
I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah,
I still have items from 2016, 2015 that keep them in my backpack as mementos.
mementos. Yeah, it's fun to hold on to those. I'm glad I held on to some images as well, which we're going to show off. So most quests, we have Jess Averill,
Ooh, nice.
13,000, almost 100 quests.
The
I, I was pretty surprised with that.
fiber optics off and salute.
That's a lot of quests. I'm guessing, I didn't check, but I'm guessing there's a lot of repeatables in there.
Oh,
Uh, But
yeah.
even with the repeatables and how long it takes to pick them up again, that is a lot of quests. A lot of quests. So congratulations, Jess Averill. Thank you for being the quest master. Most projects. We have Laura Greenwood,
Ooh.
406
Oh,
projects.
wow. Okay, I thought mine was high. Okay.
406 projects. That was one that shocked me a little bit, honestly. Yeah. Um, if Laura Greenwood is in the chat, I would love to know, or if they see this eventually, I would love to know what those projects are or why so many, but That is a lot.
Felix Van Hus feels slightly less bad about how many projects I have now. Me too. I feel so much better about my projects now.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause I feel like even if I had a project for every month, it would still be a lot to get to 406. So that's a lot of projects.
Yeah. I'm a little bit with Rowan on this too. I actually should spread out and create some more projects. I just have like one file that says all the plot lines I think of, and I'm like, this should eventually be projects. But I no, I'm not touching that right now. It can go die in a fire somewhere.
So the interesting thing about files is it's not Laura Greenwood, it's someone else. And it is also a pretty ridiculous number of files. 6,587. Oh, there's a typo there. Let me fix that. 6,587 files.
Holy
Yeah.
why are you looking at me, Cal?
That is um, a lot of files. So I don't, if someone has a calculator or is on their phone or something, if you could just divide 3,000, oh, 3,600, yeah, that's how many days For the Words has been around for, so it's almost two files per day. Um,
That's actually pretty easy to do, 2 files per day.
yeah, that
I mean, it's
is,
the dedication for that. It's the everyday two
yeah,
files.
it's the everyday, and they would have had to have been here for all 10 years, not missed a
Oh
day.
man.
But yeah, that's a lot of files. And most goals, this one was a cool one because goals is a relatively new feature. It's not something that's been here for that long.
Hmm.
Um, so this one was fun to see, but most goals, we have Echo Pos, 364 goals.
They're making good use of the goals then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting things completed. Sweet.
And I'm guessing if you put goals on files specifically,
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
that that is something that can work out. That's something I think I'm going to do for the challenge I'm doing. I think I'm going to put goals on each file because I just need as many dopamine hits along the way during the day as possible.
I was
So
gonna say chat. Did you know the challenge that Ed is doing
yeah,
starting tomorrow, isn't it?
it's starting tomorrow. Yeah, I'm trying to write 100,000 words in 10 days.
Rowan was saying the video blocks the number for goals completed.
Oh, let me move that for you
We
once.
can skitter the video to the middle.
How is that, Rowan? Is that better?
It'll take a couple of there we go. And I'll put the number of goals in chat as well. 364.
Perfect. We'll move those for the next because we have more honorable mentions coming. Thank you, Cuthbert. I will be rewarding myself with digital cookies, real life cookies, imaginary cookies, all the cookies possible. Yeah. So these are,
I will be cheering you on with everyone else.
thank you, Coffee. I'll be posting updates. I'll be posting updates. I don't know if I'm going to be sharing the story yet because I feel like if I think I'm going to be sharing this story, then it's going to be a lot harder to write because I'm going to write like someone's looking over my shoulder. So
Just get the first draft done.
exactly. I just want to get through the first 100,000 words. I know I'm going to be editing the heck out of that, and then I'll share something on in the read section. That'll be fun.
So Rianne Lurad asks, will you use the 100,000 words only story, or is some of that counting for brainstorming?
So the goal is 100,000 words in 10 days for a first draft. So the draft doesn't have to be 100,000 words. So to answer your question, I'll also be using it for outlining and brainstorming. I'm guessing the first draft will probably be around 80,000 words, and then I'll have 20,000 words of outlining, world building, character sheets, questions I leave for myself. But the goal is to get to 100,000 words. So if the story runs out, which I hadn't considered until this very moment. I guess I'm writing book two or something because I am getting to 100,000 words somehow. You know. But realistically, it will be around, I'll be writing around the story because I don't have an outline yet. It's something I'm a little bit nervous about. So there will be a lot of outline writing, maybe in the first few days. Thank you. Thank you for the luck.
My research just thinking
Yeah.
about it. His words per minute is like scary, scary awesome. So
Thank you, thank you. All right, let's keep going. So we have most messages sent. This is messages sent, DMs basically. So if you didn't know, you can add friends in for the words and DM them. Send chats, send reactions. This is an astounding number. But we have Scarlet with 57,000 messages sent.
holy heck.
Yep. They have, looks like they have an ongoing chat with someone. They must have an ongoing chat with someone for
Yeah, definitely. Several friends.
m- many years now. Yeah, 57,000 messages sent. Thank you, Scarlett, for connecting with Dust Warriors. That's pretty cool. And
And
that
putting
does,
the to good use too.
yeah, exactly. And that doesn't count reactions being sent in messages, by the way. Those are actually text messages. We have largest inventory. We have Lady Jane 025, 4.
I can definitely.
4.3 million items. Yeah.
And I thought I was a pack rat person.
Broken Teacup, you know them. You will let them know that they have the largest inventory in For the Words. 4.3 million items. So even if, because that does include coins, but even if that is 2 million coins or 3 million coins, there is still 1.3 million other items. 100,000 wood, 100,000 steel, 100,000 leaves. So an insane inventory. It would be interesting what the total coin value of that inventory would be if they were to sell everything.
I'm curious about that too, actually.
Yeah, but a very, very impressive inventory. All right, let me move the chattiest dust warrior so everyone can see it.
I just realized that my projects is not too far off from Laura's. I think I may be like 30 behind her. Okay.
Don't get any ideas for catching up. We're not going to do honorable mentions for another 10 years.
No, no, I was just curious. I was just curious. I'm like, oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we have Chattiest Dust Warrior. This is a very cool one. This is most forum posts in our forum. We have Warden Red with 8,160 forum posts.
And honestly, Warden Red is the most helpful, one of the most helpful and kindest Dust Warriors I see in the forum.
Yeah,
Like, if you need advice, Warden Red's got your back.
they're there.
You got
They're
a question,
also,
Warden Red's got your back.
this isn't even counting Discord. I couldn't find a way to count Discord
Oh,
messages, but they are all over Discord as well. So, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Talweaver is like, yep,
Yep.
seconding
Yep.
what I'm saying. So many helpful posts.
Claps for
That was
Ward and Red in the chat, please. And once you talk to them, because I know you will talk to them in the forum and in the Discord, send them a big thank you from us, and they will be getting their
definitely.
crystals as well. And we have daily challengers. So this is the most daily challenges won. So you can win up to 12 daily challenges a day, I believe it is. 6 for words and 6 for battles. So if you complete 12 a day, that's the max you can complete a day. And we have Fayola with 6,671 daily challenges won. That's pretty impressive as a just a consistency. Um,
Yeah.
I'd like to
Absolutely.
I like to divide 6,671 by 12 to see how many consecutive days that would be of fully completing the daily challenges, but
555.
how
Almost. Very
how
close to 444.
how many was it? Sorry.
555.
Wow.
Point, 91 blah 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 blah.
Wow. Yeah, and as Lady Rowan
And as
said,
Rowan pointed out, they haven't been around that long either.
yeah, so if we have, and I know we have some number crunchers in the chat, but if someone wants to check back how long daily challenges have been around for, or I can actually check that after the chat and I'll drop that in the next news post, but when the first daily challenge was completed, and then how many days there have been until today. But I'm guessing that's pretty close to an almost perfect daily challenge run, which is
Mm.
really impressive because I think it's 2,500 words, the most for words a day. So congratulations to Fayola. All right, we got a few more here. We got a few more. Now we have most wardrobe lookbook wins
Mm.
and most map lookbook wins. Now, before I
Yes,
reveal,
there will be a recording. We're going to put this up on the YouTube channel, right?
yeah, we will. Well, this is being recorded and it will go up. There might be someone. Oh, thanks for the confirmation, Belinda. So 5,000 words is the top number for daily challenges. So those were 500 and something days with 5,000 words. That's pretty amazing.
555 days, getting 5,000 words.
Yeah, pretty
Just,
amazing.
yeah, goals.
So someone might recognize themselves here just by the images, but we have most wardrobe lookbook wins and most map lookbook wins. So some disclaimers here again. One, wardrobe looks have been around, the lookbook for that has been around longer, and they get chosen on a weekly basis.
Mm.
The map lookbook wins are only chosen once a month and they haven't been around as long. So if you do the math, you could multiply the map lookbook wins through by some numeral, and it's going to be a lot more, but still pretty impressive. So we have,
Yeah.
and let me move this so we can see, with the most wardrobe lookbook wins, Hoverlight with 12 wins.
Oh, wow.
Pretty, pretty impressive. 12 times. That's 12 weekly wins. And something I was noticing while checking the images to select for this and looking through their lookbook wins, they have a tendency to go for a lot of purple. So I'm guessing it's a member of the Dust Cult. And there must be some organization behind the scenes to get some Dust Cult votes in there. But congratulations to Hoverlight, 12 wins of the lookbook.
Now, the dust cult is going to say it's our fault for allowing the dust to color so many things purple. So technically,
Yeah. Well, the dust might have infected some HQ members by now. We've been moving around the valley for so long. Most map lookbook wins, and I'm glad that they are here in the chat. Congratulations, Indie Jade. 3 wins, that's 3 months that your maps have been voted.
indeed.
Congratulations, Indie.
There's the scream of like, oh god, I got mentioned panic. There you go.
To mute while we talk about you. No, just kidding. Congratulations, good job, good job. No, it's really, really cool maps. One of the things we love doing in HQ is just looking at not only the wardrobe looks, but the maps you make, because we know the map editor is a little finicky. So the effort and time that goes into placing all those rails in the right order, putting all the plushies and the monsters inside the rail carts. Thank you for the
Making
dedication.
you attract work.
Congratulations. And For our last honorable mention, this was a cool one. We have most items on a single map.
I've got a name in mind for this actually, but I'm not sure if they've published any of their maps or if they've just made the map.
Oh, thank you, NG Jade. So it's a cool map because it's also the name of the map is, can you guess how many snowballs are on the map? Um, we're not giving away how many snowballs there are because the number we're gonna say also includes other items, but that's the name of the map.
Map name though.
Cool map name. I think
Cool.
I thought that this honorable mention, honestly, just as a sign, it was gonna be won by Splash. We had a lot of fun at HQ when they made the Where is Lole map? Because you could during Aurelius, I think it was, you could get the Lole companion for your map for 1 coin. So they must have bought hundreds. So I thought it was going to be Splash, but no, this one has even
I thought it
more.
was going to be Splash too, actually.
Yeah. So this map has
Kitten
six
caps. Oh,
662 items.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That is a lot of individual clicking to place each one of those items on the map. And
That's fine too.
very proud of our programming team that that didn't crash the map. So congratulations to all the honorable mentions. Thank you so
We got a
much.
word in red.
Hey, Chatty. See, now you have some Twitch chats as well to add to your grand total. No, thank you, Warden Red. We were just shouting you
And
out.
thank you for all the help that you do give in the forum and the Discord. We definitely see that.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. And in the forum as well. You had, I can actually go back to show you so you don't have to look through the recording, 8,160 forum posts. So, congratulations and thank you so much for that. Helping Dust Warriors out with questions, guiding people in the right direction, having fun. Thank you, thank you.
I was gonna say Thunder Dragons was in here, and Thunder Dragons like, I think that was the person that helped me get, my items back. And I'm like, yes, yes, they were actually. I remember that forum post.
Yeah, there might be some Dust Warriors here who have been personally, I think there were, and they said it in chat, who have been personally helped by Warden Red, so thank you for that.
Thunder Dragons. And there's one person who said they're crashing the wardrobe by putting on every possible pet.
Mm. All right, so those were our honorable mentions. Honorable mentions, like I mentioned, everyone will be getting 10 crystals as the honorable mentions. Thank you for participating. We have more giveaways going on during the birthday party. And one of those giveaways, we're actually giving out the prize today. So we have, as part of our grand prize, we're giving away 1 year of pro subscription time. And to participate, everyone can participate. All you have to do is defeat the 10-year Wignos. Every 10-year Wigno you fight gives you a ticket into this raffle. Now, there is a limit of 15 per day, so if you fight more than 15 a day, it's not going to count. But other than that, every birthday Wigno you defeat gives you a ticket into this raffle. So other than the sweet prizes, other than mastering the Wigno, getting the legacy Wigno in your companion, getting the words in your story, you'll also be entered into this raffle. So make sure to get your birthday Wignos in. So we have one of these winners. We'll be picking one every 24 hours, by the way, from here until Monday. So this is just the first one. And the winner is Violacious. Violacious,
Nice.
congratulations.
Congrats.
You have won a year of subscription time, pro subscription time. So I will be reaching out to you by email and seeing how you want that, whether it's applied directly to your account, if you want a code that you can give away. So I will be reaching out to email. Congratulations. And that is, like I said, only our first winner. So fight those birthday wignos, and it could be you tomorrow. Congratulations.
Absolutely good luck. Good fights. Fight the word fight.
I love, by the way, how many looks we have with the pro item with the balloons. It's such a cool item to see everyone dressing up for the birthday party. And we have another raffle going on right now as well. We're giving away 10 packs of 100 crystals. So 1,000 crystals will be given away. There's a lot of tens here everywhere. We like playing with numbers and for the word. So 10 packs of 100 crystals for 1,000 crystals total. And to participate in this, what you have to do is have a 3-day or higher current streak by March 31st, which is Monday at noon. So this means that you could start today. All you would have to do is write today, tomorrow,
Day
Sunday,
after.
and Monday, and you'll get it there with 4 days. You can actually start on Saturday, technically. So if you forgot today, if you weren't writing today, we also did it that way in case you were out of work or on a trip or something. You didn't read the news today. You could start tomorrow and still get there by Monday. You could actually even start on Saturday. And if you write on Monday morning, you'll still have a 3-day streak. So,
To say
all
for us in future time zones, you can start today.
yeah, exactly. So all you need is a 3-day streak or higher. So if you have a 400-day streak, just keep it active until Monday. You're good. The 3-day streak or higher, and you will be raffled in to participate for this, and there will be 10 winners of 100 crystal packs.
So Alex Schreier has a question.
Hmm.
Will we publicly announce the other winners of the subscriptions?
We will. Yes, everyone, including the honorable mentions that were announced on stream, those will all the winners will come out on Monday's news update. So everyone will be shouted out in the news. I don't know if that's a word. But everyone will be announced on Monday, and to the winners of the 1 year subscription time, we'll be reaching out to you via email to make sure you don't miss that. The 4 winners. Everyone else, there's nothing you have to do to claim these prizes. The crystals will automatically show up in your account. So if you suddenly have more crystals, congratulations, you won. Um,
We might get more people a little confused. Hey guys, I just had some crystals show up in my account. What just happened?
exactly, exactly. So crystals will be automatically showing up in your account. I don't want to add the 1 year of pro subscription time to your accounts because you might want to do something else with that pro subscription time. I know that some Dust Warriors write with their daughters. We have a lot of kind Dust Warriors who are helping other Dust Warriors out, so they might want to distribute that 1 year somehow else. So we'll be reaching out to those winners via email, but everyone else, crystals will automatically be given in, and we'll mention them in the Monday news update as well by name so that you know that you won. But yeah, so just to recap, we still have 2 active giveaways. To win a year of pro subscription time, fight the birthday wignos, up to 15 a day, and to win 100 crystals, have a 3-day streak or higher by Monday.
You've got this, Dust Warriors.
Yeah, you've got this, and I'll be in the running as well. I'll be competing with you with my challenge. So no, I'm kidding. If I win, we'll obviously re-roll that, but I'll be competing.
Yeah.
Awesome. So speaking of Monday, we do have um, the event starting slash continuing on Monday. So we wanted to celebrate the 10 years. We wanted to mark the occasion. We wanted to have this moment where we do the honorable mentions and everything, birthday celebrations, legacy items that you could win only by being here. in these 4 days as a thank you for being a dust warrior. But we also have a really cool event for the rest of the month, and that is starting on Monday. Note with the birthday celebration, that is not leaving when the event starts on Monday. So the birthday celebration will be here during April. So if you don't have a chance to fight the Wignos or complete the quest, you still have a month for that. Something we wanted to do here is just look back at some of the cool images over the years. This is a batch of images that we shared in today's news update. Um, so I see Coffeequills account there, which I found it so
Yeah.
funny because if you look closely at that image in the bottom right corner, there's like a chat going on, and it's with me because I think Coffee had a bug with their account. Yeah, exactly, bug report. So they were
Yeah.
reporting something to me, so I give them my email, and that might have been the start of a beautiful friendship.
And then we were looking at it recently, and it's like, hey, look what I found. I'm like, I don't remember the bug, but part of me wonders if I was messaging you that Tesvin is not capitalized.
Uh,
Because yes, that is me.
yeah,
Yep,
exactly.
I would do that.
So a few questions in chat.
Yeah, the birthday celebrations last the full length of the Sibuens festival.
Exactly. So that's going all the way up to the 30th. We do have more images, Salem, so stick around. And the carnival, that one wasn't. Was that the one? No, Orwell's Dungeon was the one where you got to walk around.
Yeah, I still have the glowing mushrooms from the walk around, the point and click adventure that we tried briefly.
Yeah,
I
that
still have the mushrooms from that.
that one was one of the most fun events, but honestly, in the back end, it was one of the hardest. I remember our servers were crashing. It was tricky, but I think we have a stronger team now, so that might be something that we're able to pull off a lot better
Yes, the
now.
witch candles. I have those too. Yeah,
Witch candles,
I was tempted actually for the big birthday wig now. I was like, so Ed, should we let the wig now like drop witch candles?
yeah,
And Ed's like, why? And I'm like, because we have them.
the hoarder, yeah, the hoarder in the team. I still have this memory in my head of Orwell's dungeon and picking the music that used to sound when you'd walk in the
Oh yeah.
dungeon. Yeah.
And I
That,
was so confused actually because people are like, "What is with that music?" And I'm like, "Music?"
yeah.
But I always have my tabs on mute,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Oh, there's music!" Completely missed it. Absolutely missed it.
So some other cool images here. On the far right bottom corner is one of the oldest images I could find, and this is all the way back from 2016. I was also chatting in this one as well, and this was with Lady Grayish back in 2016. Lady Grayish, if you have For the Words open right now, and you go into your journal tab, into streaks, and scroll down a little bit, on the right side, there's the Hall of Wings page. And it's a little hidden, so you
Yeah.
might not know it's there. But it's basically where we honor all Dust Warriors that have achieved a 1 year streak or higher, and Lady Grayish has the longest streak right now currently. And I love,
1,412 days. The
wow.
next person behind her is B.D. Wilson at 3,376 days.
Yeah, BD Wilson's very closely behind. So it was very cool to find that image with Lady Grayish. And you can tell how old For the Words is there because we only had 5 monsters. So just look, we have more than 5 monsters for this April event that's coming up. So just imagine logging into For the Words and all that there was to do that day was just 5 monsters. And that's how it was
Yeah.
for a while.
Belinda remembers the Wignow Shack. You pay a token, get a random Wignow. And I'm like, I love that one too. That's actually why I keep bugging you for like a wishing well.
Yeah. The wishing well random
A wishing
chest.
well of randomness.
Yeah. Top left is another cool one. We have a screenshot of the For the Words office, or not a screenshot, sorry, a picture of the For the Words office. That old logo that you see there was actually handcrafted by some Dust Warriors and given to
Oh,
us.
nice.
So we put that up in the office. In the back, you could see a map that we got printed of the valley. That's a little behind the scenes of the office. And then we have some old designs, the quest book. But let's move on because there are more pictures here that we wanted to show you. Here are some
Sure.
more. We have top left corner, so you could take a look. That is how the quest book used to look. So, um,
Oof.
back in back in the day, Reina Surface Camp was a main area, and you had to complete it before moving on. And this was before we had expedition areas. So this is a main quest of the Reina Surface Camp. Those are how the objectives looked and descriptions and all that. So that's an old quest book screenshot. Directly below that is another design we had for the quest book. So this was more like a lore book. There was a book with pages, and on the left was the description with the name, and on the right is where the objectives would be. And there were the little booked mark tabs to go to main quest, side quest, quest history, and all that.
I was gonna remark to Warden Red. I'm like, oh, the quest name. It's bigger inside. Speaking of having a TARDIS.
Yeah, big Doctor Who fans. Big Doctor Who fans. Well, I think I stopped at Capaldi. I haven't seen after Capaldi.
I actually am. I hate to sound like hipsterist, but I am with the original Doctors. I stopped at Sylvester McCoy.
Okay, old school.
I was part of the Bring Back Doctor Who group.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, lore book was where the quests, when they were already completed. You're right, Tally Weaver. That's why in this image, there's no objectives on the right side. Because I think at the very bottom, it just says quest completed. And so this was more like your history book of, of quests. So some other fun images. Over on the complete right is the street calendar. So that's how the street calendar used to look. And you'd click on the little broken chain icon to repair. Uh, in pictures, it looks really good, but when it was time to execute and click on that on different screen sizes or on mobile, it was a little messy, so we changed it. But a lot of the original idea there of a calendar, visually seeing how many days are filled up still remains, and showcasing future rewards as well.
yeah.
All the way at the top, we have a global event. So this was one of our first global events, and the progress bars you see going across the screen were for the stages of that global event. Do you remember which one this was, Coffee?
That was Desert Expedition.
Mhm.
It was 2018, I want to say.
I think
But that was,
around.
we uncovered the shrine as well.
Yeah. So that's something very cool about most of our special events. It's kind of something happens and then that'll stay as part of our world. So if you go into the expedition areas today and you go to the shrines, these were originally discovered all the way back in 2018, and that's a little bit of how the website looked back then as well. So this was the play section of the website, and you have like the different tabs for wilderness, quest book, town, etc. And
Yeah.
then Coffee might recognize the other two images on this.
All I can say is our art team is amazing. So I actually still have these, but I was the creator, I don't know, sketcher of the Zin and the Awa and a couple of other creatures. But I did not sink my skill points into art. Let's just say I've sunk my skill points into writing. And I say this with love because all of you know Wi-Fi, right? I've got a actually emote in my own channel of just a dancing Wi-Fi. This beautiful rainbow creature. This was the original photo. It was literally three clouds on top of each other with slight rainbow colors
Yeah.
kind of moving around.
That one
And
that one was a challenge. That one
I, I'm just like, look, it needs to have rainbows and it needs to be cloud-like. And the art team is like, okay, we gotcha, but
let me put the blephus around
we're gonna
here.
go our own way with this direction.
So this is what the final art looks like.
Yeah, yeah, so much better than anything I could have drawn.
Yeah.
Um, oh, there's a couple of I remember when you were asking me, Ed, about what I wanted to see in the wardrobe, like what I thought the wardrobe was missing. And I was like, oh, we're missing a pair of like lace up sandal thingies,
Hmm.
which is how we have the dark forest lace up skull boots.
The art
And yeah,
team,
it gets things with like hedgehogs on them. Yes,
there's hedgehogs everywhere. We must get like one or two hedgehog sketches like a
we do.
year.
And then I was showing Ed earlier, I'm like, this was one of the rejected creatures. And that's fine. I mean, it kind of looks a little weird.
Uh,
But
Thank
yeah,
you, Cuthbert. I will let the art team know. They might be watching this, but I'll let them know as well. Yeah, the art team are amazing.
our team's killing it.
Our team's killing it. They do a much better job than I do at my job, so.
I mean, like I said, I give them something. There's color. I'll tell you them that much. There's
Yeah.
color.
All right, we have one more looking back images, and these are also a lot of fun. So, top left, we have what the projects page used to look like. So, um, the file, you'll see some resemblance to what we have now. Um, cards for your files with the words and minutes and a brief description, project goals at the top. And this was kind of, so it pains me to say it a little bit, but this was kind of how For the Words looked for a few years. It was all of these designs just put together. So the battle list at the bottom was on the same website that the right was the top, and on the same website, where in the bottom right we have a wardrobe as well. And it was just we were a small team when we started out. We're still a small team, but we were a small team back then. So we didn't have time to do like a complete site redesign. So it's kind of just like when this page is built, it's built and it's just going to stay like that for months or up to a year. So we had designs that were all over the place and just kind of piecemeal put together over time. So battle list is in the bottom left corner. That's what your battle list used to look like. We didn't have options for copying, for loop, for filling the battle list. Auto start had just come out, I think, and that's why it's highlighted in that image.
I
But
will admit, I was taking a picture of the. You could stop practicing the hedgehog restraint, and that I'm pretty cool at the naming at least.
amazing namer, our resident pun artist.
Yeah, Kappa and Chino. I had to.
Top left is a cool image. That's how it used to look um, when a battle was over. So back in the day, I guess, I don't, it's not that we used to write less, it's that maybe we didn't know how much you could write. So when your battle ended, you would get a window like this that was like a kind of like what happens when co-op battles end now, where you get like a after battle summary. But this was for every battle. So this is the after battle summary for a week now, and it shows you how many words you wrote, the time, when it started. Bottom right is how the wardrobe used to look. Again, when we didn't have that many items, so we had a lot more space to show all the variations and the huge images. Now with the thousands of items we have, we really can't do that.
Cool to see because I remember when we didn't have a wardrobe at all. There were no lookbook. There was no lookbook. There were no looks in the forum. There were names, nothing else. And when we first started putting out wardrobe items, it was really interesting because there weren't that many choices. So people had to get really creative over like the weird bug of how this layered to that layered. And you would see very similar, but very still a little different all throughout the forum. And now, in a good way, like all the forum looks are completely different. Like I don't find them slightly clonish.
Yeah. It's very hard to find two of the same now, actually.
Yeah.
I remember Salem Sandstorm Caravan sandals. That was a shout out. That's a shout out. Yeah, I remember the caravan and those sandals. I remember when we were making that item, and it was like, okay, the caravan's really hard. Let's come up with a cool item for it. We just made like the most basic sandals possible, just brown leather sandals for the
I love those.
caravan.
Those are
Yeah,
the best sandals.
they are the best sandals. They just work with everything. And it kind of
Yep.
reminds me of the belts that we have for the tiny, medium, and large quest. And it's like this 50,000 word quest. And it's like the most simple belt.
Ah, yes. The quest that many people say is still in their quest book and continues till this very day.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Uh, the,
That's a time honored fourth words tradition.
what is? Oh,
What
adding. Hmm,
Rowan was saying she remembered the captain boots were like a promissory note before we add the wardrobe.
yeah,
Like, this is coming, we promise.
yeah,
When it's like, time honored for the word tradition, then adding aesthetic things slightly before we can use them. I'm like, yeah, kind of.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. We have here also a map, and this is a cool map because I think when we have this image, those were the only two areas we
Yeah,
had in our world, Luciola Forest and Mama Tree. And
I
that,
remember just palm champing at the bit, like, give me 3 point crossing, give me 3 point crossing. I need to go further.
yep. And I remember how
Oh man.
long it took us to make 3 Points Crossing, so we added the caravan just to make it hard to get there because we needed that difficulty
Yeah.
to be felt for this area that had taken so long to make.
The caravan, if I remember correctly, was like a 3 or 4 day. We didn't really have streaks at that time, but it was a 3 or 4 day period
Yeah.
of 5,000 words. And it's just like waiting and waiting and waiting.
hmm Yep, three whole zones, Lady Rowan. That's what we used to have. I think this year, and it's gonna be fun because it happened randomly. It wasn't planned, but it's her 10th year, and we're gonna get to 44 areas, including
Nice.
the expedition areas. So it's pretty crazy to see where we are now, and kind of like the acceleration of content as well. Like the number of wardrobe items. I think monsters we're getting close to 800 or 900 now. Um,
I
it's
can check that 1 second.
Yeah, it's we're growing and growing and growing. So we actually have
914.
wow, wow. Yeah. Yeah. So we have yeah, it went from the five monsters we had back in that image that I was showing you with Lady Grayish to the five OG monsters to now over 900. So it's fun and it's been a great challenge, just like with the wardrobe where we had to change the wardrobe design with how many items we have, or with the battle list and adding auto start, we have something pretty cool coming for the game, which I think will help access the number of quests that we have and the number of monsters that we have, just how big the world is getting. Because it is a little
Yeah,
tricky to travel everywhere and remember what areas have what quests and stuff like that. So as we grow, new challenges appear, which is always fun.
true. Very true.
All right, looking back, that was fun. Thank you. Now let's look forward a little bit. So as I was saying on Monday, The fun is not stopping on Monday. So even though the birthday celebrations are winding down a little bit, we have the Flame of the Mountain event starting on Monday, at noon Eastern Daylight Time. I always mess those up. That's new for me, but just,
And
new.
I'm not hopeful either because Japan does not celebrate daylight savings time. So the only time I remember is when I started a stream and my entire chat is like, "Wow, coffee, you're like an hour late today," and I'm like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
And then all of us, "Oh, daylight savings time, yay!"
The only time I remember is when the community is like, "Oh, all the news images have EST and it's now EDT," and I'm, "Oh, well." Hey, Katie, thank you for the congratulations. So yeah, so Flame of the Mountain is starting on Monday. That's a really fun event that we have planned. It's going to be happening over on Winter Island. So Winter Island is our second world, and it's where all of the advanced main areas are. So it's something we've wanted to try this year, where if you haven't made it to the advanced areas, it'll take you a while to get there, and it'll be a while before you meet the tribes and the beings and the aesthetics of those areas. So for this event, we're going to take you over to Winter's Island so you can see a little bit of what the advanced Dust Warriors see. Live in Winter's Island for a little bit and help us with this event that we're calling Flame of the Mountain. It's a very fun event because I feel like looking back at what we were just showing in the looking back images, it kind of goes back to our roots a little bit. Don't want to spoil too much, but it has that expedition feel where we're going somewhere and we're working on something together as a community. And what we do will have lasting impact on the world map and the areas and time to come. So, kind of like the desert expedition where we discovered the ruins and all these areas that now live with us forever. Flame of the Mountain will be like that as well, where we will be there making a change in the world. And for the non-advanced Dust Warriors who are not there in the game yet, you will get to preview everything, win some nice rewards from this advanced area, and also see the art that the art team has been working so hard on, and earn some of that art. You don't have to be a million words into the game to get some of that. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're very excited for that. That is starting on Monday at noon, and it's going to be going on for the entire month of April. So just the first stage is happening on Monday. We will be moving on from there. Um, only a million. Only a million, Thunder of Dragus.
Only,
Only a
and
million
you
words.
are both lost in the castle at the moment.
No, it's probably, I don't have the count in. Oh, later on, if you just played through it, um, well, if someone has that number, maybe it's in the wiki, but I don't know how many words it is. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to with my challenge is I decided I'm not going to equip an attack item, and I want to see how far I make it in the main storyline with 100,000 words.
That's the interesting thing is because before co-op, I didn't care what attack I had. I had the attack item that I thought was best suited to my character, which was the hammer, by the way. I'm just like, hammer, hammer, hammer. And then I joined co-op and I'm like, well, frick. I actually need to like up my attack as high as possible. I'm like, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rowan was saying, remember when we changed everything from third person to first person and rewrote all the quests
hmm
and all the creature descriptions? And that was when we said, you can restart and like enjoy it from the beginning with all these new details. That's when she restarted.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And I'm like, I remember writing that. And like at the end of that writing session, like just passing the frick out, I think. Stumbling from my computer to my bed, just going thud.
Yeah. I love that Fox Rider. That would be me if I wasn't doing the challenge. I would have the highest attack item and I would just be zipping through the 50 word count monsters, just
I,
just
it,
hundreds of them. I would just want to see them. That's actually something we want to add as well, where we have especially because there are a lot of Dust Warriors that enjoy the smaller word count monsters. And I know that the notifications are just piling up because I was doing the warm-up day
yeah,
where I wrote 5,000 words and I had like 150 notifications at one point. And I was like, okay, it's too many notifications for these little monsters. But maybe having like a little chest or something where all of these monsters that you defeat just kind of plop in there as you defeat them. So it's not loading up your notifications. It's not giving you a bunch of unnecessary information, I would say, because you know you're zipping through them and there's a lot of them. But just like a little chest that fills up as you, and then you can open the chest and see what you won from these 20 or 30 monsters that you just zip through. Yeah, that's one of
yeah.
my favorite things, going through the little guys.
I, I'm one of the weirdest dust warriors, I swear. Everyone's like, "Oh, the little ones," and I'm like, I don't like the little ones. Give me a medium, or give me the 5K. Like I want to master Mekon at 5K so badly, and I
5K,
just
no
I need
attack,
to.
no consumables, just old
And I don't
school.
want to use an attack. I don't want to use the consumables. Yeah, I'm one of the weirdest people. So sometimes Ed will ask me a question. I'm like, my personal answer is A. However, the community answer, the correct answer, is B.
Yeah. Well, we try to have a little bit for everyone as well. That's why we have the bigger monsters. The option of not using attack. Something we've considered as well is maybe having an area in the future where your attack doesn't count or something. So even if you go in there with an 100 attack, it's going to go down to zero or it's going to go down to 50 or something. Um, so
I
there's
will put signs. Warning, beware, your attack counts for nothing.
exactly, exactly. Just a little bit for everyone. If you want the no attack, no consumables, because I remember, and there might be some Dust Warriors in the chat that remember this bit. Back in the day, and for the words, we used to have boss battles, and
Yeah.
they would be battles, and they were usually at the end of an area. So I think it was only when we had Luciola and Mama Tree. But when you got to the last main quest of an area, you'd have to fight a boss battle. And the boss battle, the way it worked is that it was a mandatory battle that you couldn't skip. You had to, and you couldn't fight something else instead of like I think, and if I'm remembering correctly, it's not like I could say, okay, I'll just leave that on hold. Kind of like in the Dark Forest, if you don't want to fight Miklon, you just leave them there for like 2 or 3 months when you're feeling up for it, but you go do something else. And I think with these boss battles, you had to fight that monster. You couldn't fight something else. Um, we got rid of it, of course, because it doesn't fit in with what I want to write today, which is what we're here for. But I think as the game grows and we get these advanced areas and Dust Warriors with 150 attack and 200 fire potions, we could add some of these harder challenges back.
But yeah, as Fox Rider says, there's honestly no wrong way to play.
Yeah,
Get your tinies, get your large, use the potions that are literally there in the game for you to use.
you don't have to tell that twice to Ecstatic. They're gonna be using their potions.
Potions.
Yeah. All right, awesome. So that's everything we had for today. Let us know while we're here if you have any questions,
And
comments.
if anyone is ever looking for co-op, I'm gonna toot my own horn for a second. If
Please, yeah.
anyone's looking for co-op, I do For the Words writing Monday through Thursday and Saturday and Sunday. I always do co-op because I fell in love with co-op, and it's like the only thing I do now.
Yeah.
So feel free to follow me on Twitch as well. I'm Coffeequills, and like I said, I do actually three types of streams now. I do writing streams with For the Words, I do productivity streams with Spirit City, and I do editing streams with the writing and reading category. So
Yeah, we actually, it was an honorable mention, but because coffee is coffee, we didn't mention them. But coffee has the most co-op wins out of anyone in the community. Um,
I'm not surprised at that, actually.
Not surprised either. I think it was over. I'll pull out the stat, but I think it was over 5,500 co-op wins. So congratulations for that.
Holy frick. No, I've actually asked Ed. I'm like, I don't ever want to be the the included. I'm a staff member. I don't feel that it's weird for the staff member to be shouted out as like a honorable mention.
But it's not like you get a boost for being, it's not like you get like extra room in your co-op rooms or extra potions for your co-op battle. You're just a dust
We do
warrior.
when we break it.
You're just a dust warrior knocking out those co-op monsters.
Thunder Dragons was asking about the number again, and I don't remember it either. Actually, it went right out my other ear. Could you say the
Yeah.
number one more
Yeah,
time?
let me, because I have it written down here. So Coffeequills has 5,754 co-op wins. And again, like some of our older honorable mentions, co-op is a relatively new battle mode. So that could be someone who's a number cruncher in the community as well. You could look back to when we released co-op and then divide that by how many days co-op has been around, and you could get an idea of how much co-op loves co-op, how much coffee loves co-op.
And we've broken the room before. We had 9 players, like one or two times. 9 players in the 8-player room.
Yeah.
Talweaver, I saw you did have a question. Talweaver was asking if there's any time limited parts for the April event because there is Passover and some Dust Warriors will be offline for a few days in a row,
Hmm.
not just 1 or 2 days. As
Hmm.
far as I remember, nothing is time like limited or sensitive off the top of my head.
I guess it depends how you look at it. So the whole event is time limited in a way. It's the event is
Well,
ending.
if someone was offline for like 3 days in a row, they're not going to
No,
miss
no,
anything.
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah,
That should be fine. Yeah.
yeah.
And I will say that thank you everyone for helping me with the co-op because can't do it alone.
Yeah. That's a cool. Oh, I should have. That could be something fun. Kind of like your sidekick. Like if you have the most co-op wins, because you can't do it alone, who's the Dust Warrior that was in there with you the most? Because uh, I guess it's the only battle mode where it's a tag team, so you must have had
Yeah,
a sidekick.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I have no idea who has been with me the most because sometimes it depends on the quests. Victory maybe, or honestly, cutesy. Rowan, you're in there pretty often yourself.
Oh, Cutesy Cat.
Yeah, cutesy is probably at work at the moment, if I
So
remember.
Cutesy Cat, now that you mention it, it's another stat I had. I didn't want to shout it out because I haven't verified it, but Cutesy Cat has the most endurance wins out of
Yeah,
anyone in the community.
Cutesy Cat is going for mastery on the endurance, and when she's not in co-op with me, she's working on her endurance creatures.
Okay, so do we want to know how many wins Cutesy has of
Yes,
endurance
yes, we
monster?
do.
Okay, so if you have 5,000 co-op wins, how many do you think Cutesy has for endurance?
Well, Cutesy has over 10,000 right now with the smallest endurance creature, and she was also working on the rain cloud creature from Terrarium.
Okay, so it is, and I'll write it down just so you can share that number with them. Cutesy has 358 endurance wins.
Yeah, that yeah, because like we said, we know that she's been working on getting the like all the way to the end with just the smaller V's.
Yeah,
And then she said when she was finishing with the V, she was going to move on to the next Nern's creature.
yeah.
So
That's amazing. I didn't want to publish that because, like I said, I haven't verified it, and I know Ecstatic has some tricks for endurance battles. So I didn't know if the endurance battles were fair, if you want to call them that. But now that you verified it, that is amazing. That is knowing how
and that's
hard.
the reason why I feel like I'm not sure if Cutesy is my co-op like companion, because if it's not co-op, she is working on the endurance.
If
But
she is, that is insane because to be your number two in the
yeah,
co-op battles and to have the most endurance wins in the
I
whole
think
community.
Victory. Yeah, I think Duochan slash Victory is probably my co-op companion,
Okay, okay.
and they're working on Amidala Mastery and just
Ooh,
bumping that up. I'm going through multiplayer and trying to get each one to the next level until all of them are at gold, and then I'll start working on getting them all to the next level.
nice.
But I decided to go the hardest way to do it.
See, that's the problem once you get into these honorable mentions. It's like, oh, what about this? Because you just want to know everything. Now, what's the highest endurance monster mastery? And what's the highest co-op mastery? I'm wondering.
I've seen Akhoz like completely done for co-op,
Oh,
which makes
wow.
sense. That was the smallest one. Um, I think Nikaji also someone mastered that one,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, those are two battle modes that there's something to them. Even if you have just Vi endurance battles, like those are tricky.
yeah.
In co-op, you
And
need
then
someone.
definitely someone said timing as well. Yeah, which is why I try to run co-op as much as I can, just to make sure there is at least one room that's open.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, for sure.
And yes, I will be running with no wig nose.
Well, now that they're repeatable for the plushies, there's gonna be a
Yep.
lot of plushies. That'll be fun.
And I could be looking at it like, oh no, all of them. And I'm, you know what? I wonder if my level 4 badge is going to go up to a level 6 pretty time soon. Yeah.
Oh, nice, ecstatic with the numbers. Okay, so 50,000 minutes on the Vi. Wow. Wow,
I mean, I don't even want to think of how many hours I poured into co-op. I can definitely see.
50,000. That
Think of
is
it as hours.
1,000 hours of endurance battles. Wow.
Hey, Duochan! We were just talking about you, actually.
That's
Duochan is Victory, that I said is probably my companion.
nice.
My most fought with companion,
Nice.
probably, in co-op.
So if you missed that, Duo-chan, Coffee has 5,700, I think 54 co-op wins, the most in the community. So we were just wondering, since
Like,
co-op
who I
can't,
do it with.
yeah, co-op can't be done alone, so who's in there with them the second most?
Yeah, we've seen people in the Discord just going, plushy.
Yeah.
And I just had the reaction, the Discord reaction, shiny, can I eats it? In my mind.
Since it is a birthday party too, it's only 12 hours from the time you could pick up the next quest instead of the 24. So extra plushies for everyone.
Whew, man, co-op. I love you, co-op.
All right, everyone. I think we're gonna start wrapping up here. Any questions? Are
I
you?
don't see any more questions for the moment.
kind of
I
want
did. Fox was like, so coffee, and I'm like, yes,
to. Are you
new.
streaming after this coffee? Am I raiding? Or no, not today.
Um, this is Friday. This is my Twitch free day because I
Nice.
do two streams Monday through Thursday on Twitch for 6 hours each. There's 6 hours total. And then
Wow.
I do weekend streams for 4 hours each day. So Friday, I just said, this is my break day. Love y'all. Shutting
Yeah,
down the Twitch stream.
yeah. All right, so I'll just make sure if you're new here or if you haven't, um,
I
I
do not
just
have an obsession problem.
I just put
No.
Coffee's tag in the chat. Make sure to give them a follow so that you can join co-op. They are
I joined the co-op.
a lot of fun. Hopefully we could get enough Dust Warriors in there where maybe Duo-chan can create another room. We can get the dueling co-op rooms. Oh, that would be fun. One co-op room against
Co-op.
another. That would be chaos.
That would have to say no copy paste on that one.
No copy paste. Yeah, we'd
Yeah,
have to have
just
some
keep it
rules.
like as you write.
Yeah.
I mean, people have been asking for a player versus player
Yeah.
like battle mode,
Yeah.
and if possible, like off time. So I could do it like Japan my morning and be like, I beat this monster in so many minutes. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, kind of like chess where it's off time where like, oh, I made this move and then 16 hours and 47 minutes later, the person makes their move and then 2 days later I make my move and yeah. Yeah.
Really, that could be something interesting. What if, like, okay, take a chessboard for example, or checkers. So if you defeat the checker, and that could be just a normal week now, you can move it forward, like you're playing a game with
Yeah, yeah,
someone.
yeah. Like Stratego. Did you play Stratego?
Not when I was younger, or not at all actually.
Okay, but it's
The
kind of
name
like
rings
that.
a bell, but
It's kind of like a checkers or a chessboard, but the pieces have different levels to them. So think of like a Wigno, like a row of Wignos, and then there's like a Rudikai, and
mm.
there's like a Mott, and they have almost like a chess. Yeah, and you defeat the Wignos, you
Yeah,
can move the Wigno.
and it could be just something a different form of game. So you're competing against a player or not.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll sketch that out and see.
Sketch it out.
YouTube coders are gonna kill me for this idea.
Yeah. Yeah. The co-op versus co-op is also another cool one though. Like a real-time live, no copy pasting, this room versus that room. But then,
That's gonna be harder because it's already. I know for some people it's already hard enough to get a room going.
and also like you could just not type words, honestly. It could just be a bunch of gibberish. All right.
Speaking of battle rooms, are we
Mm.
planning on adding a battle timer to show how long it is until a monster is defeated? I'm guessing that would be so that people watching could jump in when they think the monster would be defeated, Katie May? Because that's what it sounds like to me, but I want to make sure.
That could be
New addiction
something.
for coffee.
That could be
I will
something.
literally have like 5 games going, game with Ed, game with Tal.
Yeah, it's something like that. I know we need to improve uh how to get into co-ops, either like a waiting room where it's like I'm ready, just throw me
Mhm.
into the next actually active co-op room or something. Um yeah, I think there would be a lot more Dust Warriors trying out multiplayer if it was easier to use multiplayer. But right now I have to sacrifice the normal battles to wait for a multiplayer room that might never take off. So I think a lot of people don't try it because they've tried it and maybe have wasted too much time waiting. So something like a waiting queue where you're not sacrificing your battles, or even like Katie
It
said, like
says even if it's the Papa John's tracker, quarter finished, half finished, 3 quarters finished.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, definitely something.
yeah,
Not sure what yet, but something.
something. Something we can look back on in the next 10-year stream and say like, hey, remember that stream? We have a recording of it. We had that idea back in that stream.
That's a scary thought.
How cooked is your co-op monster? That's great. Especially if it's on like for this flame of the mountain, I'm just thinking of like something on fire. We just have like a little fire indicator. All right,
Oh my
everyone,
god.
we're gonna start wrapping up. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for celebrating 10 years of For the Words. We love you all. Thank you for being a part of this community. It's amazing. Um, like I
I would
said,
suggest we do rate out to someone who's at least writing,
yeah, we will
even if
raid.
not quite the words for the moment.
Can you raid coffee or do I have to raid?
I should be able to rate,
Okay, okay.
maybe.
Final
Nope.
reminders. Okay, maybe can you look for someone to raid and then just pass me their name and I'll raid? Um,
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Thank you. Final reminders. You still have chances to win the giveaways. Make sure to fight 15 birthday wig knows a day. Have a 3-day streak. Um, you will win those giveaways. And if you were an honorable mention, you will be getting your crystals. Thank you so much, everyone, for making this amazing community. Whether you are adding 600 snowballs to a map, or building the perfect wardrobe look, or counting the perfect math for endurance monsters. Thank you so much for everything you do. The wiki counters, the forum
Oh,
mods, the amazing Discord mods, the
it's
staff
a
members,
community we have.
artists,
There's a community.
programmers, coffee quills with the endless energy, laughter, and puns in monster descriptions. Thank you, everyone. Have
I'll
a
remind Ginger of that when I wake him up laughing.
All right, we will officially start the raid if I can remember how to do that. 1 second.
Backslash raid space name.
Oh,
And I
nice.
wish, as mod, I feel like I should be able to do that, but apparently not. Which kind of makes sense. All thanks to Static. I love coming up with the monster and quest descriptions.
All right, let's see if I did that correctly. No. It says
Doot, 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 doot.
invalid username. Can I look for it?
Yeah, you should be able to look for them. Did I? I know I sent you the whole name. Yeah. Huh. Weird.
I,
E?
oh, I think I can look for them. I can look for them. There we go. All right, we're
There.
gonna start the
You
raid.
can write online.
Let's hit them with a For the Valley chant while we raid them. Send them some love. They're writing, they're trying to get their words
Yeah.
out. We are writing, we are trying to get our words out. Thank you everyone for
And
joining
remember,
us.
this is a campaign.
Have a great event. Enjoy the writing, and we will see you later. Bye everyone.
See you. And usually I give it a couple of seconds to just for rating. When I see the numbers go up for the other person is when I tend to shut it down.
All right, let's give it. I see some For the Valleys in their chat.
Yes. Whiffy.